Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive.
Oh, yeah.
Today, we're heading over to Namibia,
Okay.
specifically its business world.
Interesting.
And we've got this really interesting set of materials from a Namibian business consultancy called Lalito Unlimited Enterprises.
Okay.
And let me tell you, this is no ordinary consultancy.
Oh.
They offer the typical business setup help, but then it gets really interesting.
Like what?
They also handle things like immigration and emigration,
Wow.
and even debt consolidation.
Debt consolidation.
Yeah.
That's unusual for a business consultancy.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's got me thinking, what does that tell us about doing business in Namibia?
It's a good question.
They're like a one-stop shop for anyone trying to enter this market,
Yeah, it seems that way.
no matter what your situation is.
I see.
So let's dive in and see if we can figure this out.
Sounds good.
Why don't we start by looking at what Lalito offers for brand new businesses?
Well, they really seem to streamline the process of just getting set up. They handle all the legal paperwork to officially register your business and making sure you're following all the rules.
Yeah, that can be a huge headache.
Especially for first-time entrepreneurs.
Totally.
It can be really daunting.
It's smart of them to focus on that,
Yeah,
especially if Namibia is trying to attract new businesses and entrepreneurs.
definitely.
Okay, so it's more than just paperwork though, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
What else do they do?
They even help secure your business name,
That's important.
making sure it's legally yours and fits within their system.
So they've got that initial setup phase covered.
Yeah,
But what about funding?
that's a good point. That's make or break for most businesses.
Definitely.
And Lalito seems to recognize that.
Okay.
They actually help businesses tap into funding.
Like how?
Well, they connect businesses with things like grants and loans,
Okay.
and they introduce them to financial institutions.
So like banks and other places that handle business money matters.
Exactly.
So they're kind of like a matchmaker
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
between businesses that need money and the resources in Namibia.
Precisely.
And that's important everywhere, but especially in a developing economy.
Yeah, where access to funding might be more limited.
Now let's talk about the more standard stuff.
Like what?
Taxes and accounting?
Oh, yeah.
What's their approach there?
Well, they seem to focus on taking those tasks off the entrepreneur's plate.
So the entrepreneur can focus on their business
Right.
instead of getting bogged down in the finances.
Exactly.
So they do things like making sure you're paying your taxes correctly and keeping your records in order.
Mhm.
And they even help with payroll.
Yeah. They manage all that.
All those are essential, but can be a real drag
They can.
if you're not a finance person.
For sure.
It's like they're saying, hey, focus on what you're good at
Mm-hmm.
and let us handle all the money stuff.
It frees up the business owner.
Yeah, to grow their business.
Right.
All right. So we've covered the basics.
Okay.
And now let's talk about what really caught my eye.
Which is,
Immigration and emigration services.
oh, yeah.
Not something you typically expect from a business consultancy.
Not at all.
So what do you think is going on there?
It's definitely intriguing.
It seems to suggest that movement of people
Yeah.
across borders is a pretty big deal in Namibia.
I think you're right.
It's not just about setting up shop in Namibia.
Yeah.
They're helping navigate bringing in people from other countries.
Or even helping Namibians work abroad.
Exactly.
That's fascinating.
So that begs the question,
What question?
what kind of expertise is so in demand in Namibia?
That they have to bring people in from somewhere else.
Exactly. And on the flip side,
Yeah?
why are Namibians going to work abroad?
I don't know.
It's like a two-way flow of talent,
Yeah.
and Lalito is right there in the middle making it happen.
That's interesting.
And then there's that debt consolidation,
Oh, yeah.
which is equally intriguing.
Definitely.
It's not just about managing debt either.
What do you mean?
They're helping to create repayment plans and even negotiating with creditors.
So they're working with whoever the business owes money to.
Exactly.
That's wild.
It makes you wonder if access to affordable financing is a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe businesses have to rely on high-interest loans.
And then that creates more debt later on.
Exactly.
It's like a vicious cycle.
And that debt consolidation service,
Yeah,
it's almost like they're expecting businesses in Namibia to face financial hurdles.
you're probably right.
And they're trying to be proactive and help out.
That's a quip.
So it's not just about setting up shop and getting the money.
Right.
It's about surviving in a potentially tough economic environment.
Yeah, it seems that way.
And then on top of all that,
Mm-hmm.
they offer services in IT and communication.
Oh, right.
That's interesting too.
It is, yeah.
What do you think that means?
Well, in this day and age, that's not just an add-on.
It's essential. They help set up IT infrastructure.
Like the basic tech setup.
Yeah,
I bet.
and they even help with cybersecurity.
Makes sense. Got to make sure their systems are secure.
And then there's the communication strategy piece.
What's that?
They help businesses craft their message
Okay.
and reach the right audiences.
Tough guys.
You have to have effective communication to be successful these days.
They're
Really covering a lot of ground,
Yeah.
from the traditional to the really unexpected.
I wonder what it all means.
Me too.
I have some thoughts, but I think we need more information.
Yeah, I agree.
What if we pick this back up next time?
Sounds good to me.
And then we'll try to make sense of all this.
All right, everyone, we'll be back soon to wrap this one up. All right, so we're back.
Yep.
And last time we started looking at Namibian business
Right.
through this company, Lalito Unlimited Enterprises.
Uh-huh.
And they offer all these services,
That's all.
but the ones that really stood out were the unexpected ones.
Oh, yeah.
Like the immigration and immigration support and the debt consolidation.
Those are pretty unique.
Yeah, and they got me thinking, what does that tell us about doing business in Namibia?
Good question.
Like, what kind of economic landscape are we dealing with?
Let's see if we can figure it out.
Okay, so first up, that immigration and emigration piece.
Okay.
What do you make of that?
Well, it seems like the flow of people across borders,
Yeah.
it's a big deal for businesses there.
So it's not just about setting up shop in Namibia.
Right.
It's about navigating a global workforce
Yeah, maybe they need specific expertise.
that's not available locally.
Exactly. So they have to look outside Namibia.
And Lalito helps them do that.
Yeah, they help them attract and onboard skilled professionals.
Do you think Namibia is seeing a surge in demand for certain skills?
It's possible.
Maybe in things like technology or engineering.
Yeah, where there's a global shortage of talent,
And those companies need help navigating all that.
especially if they haven't done it before.
It's like a ripple effect.
How so?
New industries arrive, demand for skills goes up.
And companies need help finding those people. It makes you wonder what's driving that demand.
Right.
Like, what is it about Namibia that's attracting those industries?
Are they offering incentives?
Maybe. Or maybe they have unique resources.
Could be both.
I'm sure we'll find out.
Okay, so then there's the emigration piece.
The other side of the coin?
Yeah, why are Namibians seeking opportunities abroad?
Well, maybe they're highly skilled
Okay.
and they want more career advancement.
Or they want to work in international markets.
Yeah, that's possible.
Maybe those opportunities aren't available in Namibia yet.
I could see that.
So it's like a two-way street.
Yeah, talent flowing in and out.
And Lalito's right there facilitating it.
Interesting.
It paints a picture of a very globally connected workforce.
It does.
All right, so we've got this flow of talent,
Okay.
but then there's the debt consolidation.
Right, that's a different story.
It's just a different kind of challenge.
Yeah, maybe a financial one.
They're not just offering advice on managing debt.
It's more than that.
They're actively helping businesses get out of debt.
Creating repayment plans and negotiating with creditors.
Do you think there's a problem with access to affordable financing?
It's possible. Maybe businesses are forced to take on high-interest loans.
And then that creates a bigger debt burden later.
Exactly. It's tough to get out of that cycle.
Or maybe there are certain sectors of the economy
Yeah.
that are really vulnerable to global market changes.
Oh, yeah, that could be it.
Like a sudden shift in commodity prices could really hurt.
Especially if they rely on exports.
And that could push them into debt.
It's like Lalito is anticipating those challenges.
Yeah, and they're ready to step in and help.
It's a very proactive approach.
So it's not just about setting up shop and getting funded.
Right. It's about navigating a potentially volatile economy.
And that focus on debt consolidation,
Yeah.
it kind of ties back into those global connections we talked about.
Oh, I see what you mean.
A globally connected economy has opportunities,
Definitely.
but it also has risks.
Like those market shocks we mentioned. And Lalito's there to provide a safety net.
But then there's those IT and communication services.
Right. What about those?
How does that fit into all this?
Well, I think that's where we see them being even more proactive.
Okay.
It's not just about surviving.
It's about thriving.
Exactly. And to do that, you need tech.
You need to be connected.
And you need to communicate effectively.
So their focus on IT,
Yeah.
it's not just about setting up computers
It's about enabling businesses to operate in a digital world.
and to compete on a global scale.
I think you're right.
This is getting really interesting.
It is. I'm curious to see where this goes.
You too.
Let's take a break and come back for the final part.
All right, everyone, we'll be back soon to wrap this up.
All right, so we're back for the final part of this deep dive.
Yep, ready to wrap this one up.
Last time, we were talking about how Lalito's IT and communication services are like a bridge
Right.
between the traditional business needs
Yeah.
and the demands of a modern global economy. It's like they're saying, we'll help you set up shop, navigate the finances, even find the people you need, but
But to really make it, you need tech and communication.
Exactly.
It makes you wonder what kinds of businesses are best suited to all this.
yeah, and what it tells us about Namibia's economic future.
Let's try to figure that out.
Okay, based on what we've seen from Lalito, a few things come to mind.
Okay, what are you thinking?
Well, first, there are those businesses with a global outlook.
You mean the ones taking advantage of those immigration and emigration services?
Exactly, companies involved in international trade.
Or those looking to expand beyond Namibia?
Yeah, they've got a real advantage.
So multinationals and import-export companies.
Exactly. Namibia seems to be positioning itself as a hub for international business.
And those companies are going to do well.
I think so. And what about those businesses with specialized skills?
The ones we were talking about before.
Yeah, like in technology and engineering?
Do you think they'll find a good environment in Namibia?
I think so. Lalito's services, especially with immigration, can help them attract talent.
It's like they're building a talent pipeline.
Not just for individual companies.
But for Namibia as a whole,
And that talent can fuel innovation and growth.
creating a ripple effect across the economy.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got globally focused businesses and those with specialized skills.
Yep.
Any other types that stand out?
Well, remember, Lalito's focus on debt consolidation.
Yeah, what about it?
I think it points to the importance of strong financial management.
Being able to handle those ups and downs.
Yeah, and operating in sectors less vulnerable to global shocks.
So being adaptable and understanding the local market.
Exactly. Those businesses are going to be more resilient.
It sounds like Lalito is giving businesses the tools they need to succeed.
They're fostering a culture of resilience and adaptability.
This deep dive has given me a whole new perspective on Namibia.
Me too. It's more than just a beautiful country.
There's a dynamic business world there.
Full of potential.
What trends should we keep an eye on?
I think we'll see continued growth in technology and renewable energy.
And sustainable tourism.
Those industries are attracting investment.
And they align with global trends and Namibia's goals.
Right, and I think we'll see new industries emerge as well.
As Namibia diversifies its economy.
And utilizes its unique resources.
And through it all, Lalito will be there to support businesses.
Helping them navigate everything.
From regulations to new technologies.
It's exciting to think about.
It really is. This deep dive has been eye-opening.
It's a reminder that there are fascinating stories everywhere.
Hidden in plain sight.
And Lalito's services offer a glimpse into that.
A glimpse into a dynamic and evolving landscape.
Full of challenges and opportunities.
So keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.
You never know what you might find.
That's it for this deep dive into the Namibian business world.
Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you next time.